Next, coming to the second unit, embedded hardware design. Okay, embedded hardware design entire the few topics. Its main topic of the embedded hardware. First one, analog electronic components, analog and digital. Okay, analog and digital. And next one, we have to convert it. Then how to convert it of the analog and digital. Next, there are input and output, different types of inputs and output devices. Okay. Next, with examples. Next, serial communications. Next one is a parallel device. Next is a wireless communications. Next, these any communications or any transmitting of data, we have to using some timing and timer and counter. Next, watchdog timers. Next, real time clock, RTC. Okay, so entire these hardware designing are analog to digital. First is a main thing. So introduction of hardware design. So nowadays there are hardware side means high tech changing to the world. It put that together in working to hierarchy of the hardware components. Okay, these hardware components means totally depending upon top we find the VLSI circuit corresponding to the significant price of functionalities in microprocessors, microcontrollers, FPGA, CPLD, and ASC. Okay, so these main topics of these hardware descriptions. So this is the exploring of the embedded system. So these embedded systems nowadays high level performance. So see that guys. First one, physical hardware and environment and regular transfer levels and instruction set architectures and core. Okay, this means these instructions and regular and physical. Okay, these are the main real time purpose. Main thing, real time purpose. Just see that this is a core level means one of the input device, another one is the output device. So when we are to store the data, after that we are using some memory. Okay, that is controller purpose means within timing we have to transmitting and receiving purpose. So that is a controller. So these major two block diagram we have to interface in memory. Okay, then how to interface bus structures corresponding to the address and data and control signals. Okay, already we have to discussing some architectures. So Von Neumann architecture and Harvard architectures. At the same concept, control data path. There are three terminals. So there are three bus wires. The three bus wires we have to interfacing address and data. One is the controller, address and data and controllers. These address and data and controller we have to different path communicating purpose. Different path. See that memory is the address one of the bidirectional data transmitting, another one is the memory at the same time data bidirectional passing, at the same time memory and controller bidirectional processing. Next, go for the signals from outside world. Outside means input signals. These input address and data and controller same as a memory, as a controller CPU, as a input, as a output, as the we have transmitted to signals one side to another side in bidirectional. That means pipeline concept. These concept we have to use in for memory or architecture of embedded systems. Okay, there are address and data and control. These address and data we have controller some microprocessor and microcontrollers. So this is a block diagram of the microprocessors. These microprocessors already have to discussing some CPU, that means architectures of microcontroller or architecture of embedded systems. So same block diagram we have to interfacing to microcontroller and microprocessors. So see that guys, this is the microprocessor block diagram. This microprocessor block diagram, this is the microprocessor real-time clock hosting applications and firmware. That means program memory, data memory, input output device, input output device, input output device. That means it has input and output. Okay, so means microprocessor means different types of microprocessor controllers is there. Every microprocessor controllers we have to enter the input, after that we can store the data. After that we have to transmitting some signals. Okay, those signals we have transmitting either input and output conditions. Okay, this block diagram of the microprocessors. Next, go for microcomputers. So see that guys, same concept, microprocessor, microcontroller or microcomputers. At the same time, we have same block diagram. Okay, we have to enter it totally depending upon applications. Okay, next go for microcontrollers. So see that guys, this is a microprocessor block diagram. This is a microcontroller block diagram. What's the difference between microcontroller and microprocessor? It's the same. Microcontroller is same. Microprocessor is the same. But input and output device is different and memory size is different. Next, digital signal processing. This digital signal processing we are using some external activities. External activities means we have to enter the some clock pulses or we have added some clock pulses. See that guys, a digital signal processing specialized microprocessor with the architectures of optimized for the optical modes of digital signal processing. Okay, these digital signal processing instruction of very large instructions, that means VLIW processing capabilities. Okay, there are mainly, see that every electronic or microprocessor or microcontroller or microcomputer or digital chips, DSP, everyone we can store the some data. Okay, these data mainly address data control. Three buses is main. Okay, these address data and control buses we have to implement it in bidirectional data. See that guys, these are interrupts controller and DMA. DMA means DMA, dual multiple axis. Okay, this DMA mean multiple axis mean entire CPU, DSP core, ALU, regular register array, data memory, instructions memory, timers, outputs and inputs, instruction bus, at the same time data bus. Okay, that is the instruction bus and data buses. These signals we have to occupy some DSP process. This DSP process, see that it is a memory purpose, virtual memory. The virtual memory we have to interfacing, see that int I equal 450 degree 450, see the binary values. So 450 we have to interfacing 2 power 8, 2 power 7, 2 power 6 in plus 2, that is a hexadecimal values. This length of lower and higher bit, LSB bit and HSB bit, it's representation of DSP or memory. Okay, next, understanding to the numbers and address LSP and data. So we have to using some address buses, it's totally depending upon bits. Okay, 16 bits, 32 bits, 64 bit, 128 bits, 128, 256 or 512 bits. So these type of bits we have to two major parts. One is the lower bytes, another one is the higher byte. Okay, LSB and MSB. What is the full form of the LSB? Least signification bit. Most signification bit. That is the most signification bit. Next, 0 to 31, that is total 32 bits. 0 to 31, 31 to 0. It carries the same bidirectional data. These instructions of the architectures ISA, same memory, LSB, MSB, digital, big, little, so everything. So these are explaining of the instructions. Next, embedded system and instruction set view. These instruction set we have to totally depending upon data transfer, flow control, arithmetic and logic. Data transfer instructions are possibility for moving data around the inside the processors as well as for bringing data from the outside, would be sending out the data output. Okay, a register, memory, input and output device. Addressing mode, these addressing mode Totally depending upon there are 5 addressing mode is there 8085 direct addressing mode, register addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, im, implicit addressing mode. So there are five types of the addressing modes. These 5 types of addressing mode we have to discussing by tomorrow classes.